out gospel music so loud it could have burst through my eardrums by the front door. Then when I went to see what the hell was going on, you took your chance and crept into the kitchen amidst the chaos. After I turned the music off and got back into the kitchen, everything was gone, including the 2 stew pots I had simmering away at the gas. When I checked the fridge, even the cake I had stored in there was gone.
You can say what you like, but you don't have any evidence I did that? To think you immediately suspect one of your closest mom friends. You're so mean, Priscilla. I'm telling the other moms about this. You'll be finished. No more moms meetings invite for you. I'll tell them what a horrible person you are, suddenly accusing one of your friends of theft and treating them like a criminal without any proof.
Proof? I have proof.
Huh? Moon. But you refused. There is nothing I could do about it if you didn't want me there, so I accepted. But I didn't see any harm in taking just a little. But for myself, since you probably wouldn't eat it all anyway. And now, because of you, my car's a slot.
Amy, it's been so long. Congratulations on getting married.
Huh? Sorry, but who is this?
If I said I'm Robin, would you remember?
Really? You mean the woman who left my father and walked out 17 years ago?
That's right. I'm your mother. You were still just in elementary school back then. It takes me back.
What do you want? I don't know how you got my number either, but that's kind of creepy.
Don't worry about that. I managed to send you a message. So let's have a nice mother-daughter relationship from now on. To start off, I'll come live with you to celebrate your marriage.
Live together?
Your husband is the one from the big foreign investment company, isn't he? To lock down such a great catch. You really are my daughter. Anyway, from now on, since you're my daughter, I'd like you to look after your mother.
No way.
What? Why?
First of all, I don't understand anything that you've just said, and I barely even remember your face. You're basically a complete stranger to me. You stabbed my dad in the back and ran off with some other man. And now you just shamelessly reappear all of a sudden? That's a little too suspicious for me. Don't get ahead of yourself.
What? Amy, I'm your mother. How dare you speak to me like that? I still raised you for a few years. Surely there's some gratitude for that.
No way in hell there is.
What?
Leave me alone.
Oh, so that's the attitude you're gonna take? Well, here's something to think about. You've got no future except to live with and look after me from now on.
Hey, Amy, do you have some time right now?
Oh, Christy, hey, I was just about to message you.
It sounds like something happened. Was it Mom?
Yeah, today around lunchtime. I have no idea how she even got my number, but she messaged me on WhatsApp.
Damn it, I was too late.
Did something happen with you, too?
Yeah. Today while I was out of the house, Mom apparently snuck in.
Are you serious?
Grandma was home, so it's not like the house was completely empty. But right at that time, she was vacuuming the second floor and left the front door open. Then, Mom came in and looked through Grandma's phone, which was charging on the first floor. I bet that's when she got your number.
How do you know that she snuck in while you were out?
See, after Grandpa died, it's just been me and Grandma living there, right? When I'm out at work, I get a little worried about her. So we discussed it and installed a baby monitor in case anything happens. So everything Mom did got recorded on that.
I see. So she hasn't messaged you at all?
No, not yet. I don't really get why she messaged you instead of me, though.
About that, I think she's getting the two of us mixed up.
Mixing us up? How?
Well, when she messaged me today, she said a few things. She remembered that she divorced Dad and left us 17 years ago, but she also said that I was still in elementary school at the time, and I was supposed to have some gratitude towards her for the few years that she did bring me up. She also congratulated me on my marriage and asked to move in with me and support her financially. I really felt like she's planning something to get you to go live with her.
What the hell? After going through all the pain of childbirth, can someone really confuse their kids? But if she said all that, it really does look like she's mixed up both of our names. In any case, as if I'd ever live with and support that person.
I know, right? But you know what? I was thinking something.
What's that?
I wonder if we can use her own mistake against her and get her out of our lives for good.
Without correcting her mix-up?
See, if she's set on living together, that means that she doesn't fully understand our current situation.
Oh, I see.
So, while she's still trying to make her move, we don't correct her mix-up to buy ourselves some time, right?
That's it.
Well, it depends when she tries to contact us next, but we'll reveal it sooner or later.
But is that okay with you? It'll help me out a lot, but...
Don't worry, it's fine. If she thinks she's talking to you, that means that she won't contact me or Dad.
I guess so.
I'll take it from here. So for the meantime, you, Grandma, and your husband just should go about each day normally. Okay?
Got it. Thanks.
Amy, by the way, I just arrived at your new place.
What?
I waited for your new husband to get home, and the moment he unlocked the door, I stole the key, ran in, and locked him out of the house. Plan complete.
So basically, you're going to just be locked inside the house on your own.
Yep, I checked out the fridge, and there's plenty of tasty-looking things for me to eat and drink. Today's the day I'll make you promise to let me live with you and for you to support me.
Aren't you ashamed to call yourself my mother?
Well, I am your mother, so there's nothing to be ashamed of.
I don't want to think of a woman who betrayed her own husband and was unfaithful as my mother. Can't you understand even something as obvious as that?
You're really gonna say something like that?
What do you mean?
I mean, come on. When I heard who your husband was, I was totally shocked.
Why?
Because you're hiding something from him, aren't you?
Hiding something?
Before you met your current husband, you had a relationship with a married man, right? Isn't it possible that you've still got something going on with him even now? And if your husband were to find out, he'd file for divorce, wouldn't he? If you don't want your husband finding out about your affair, you better do what I want.
Oh, that? You mean when I was tricked into thinking that the guy was single and we almost went on a date?
What? Almost went on a date?
Although that guy was a client at work, I guess he had a thing for me, and I felt like it might be okay for me to go out with him. But just as I was about to say okay to his invites, I found out that he was already engaged, and that's where it ended.
Huh? You were about to say okay to a date, but then changed your mind when you found out he was engaged?
Exactly. I have at least that much good sense.
Ha! What a waste.
Don't think I'm anything like you. I'm not just someone who can't tell the difference between random desires and real love.
Ch.
Hey, Amy. We're at JFK right now.
Oh, hey, Christy.
It's boarding time in 10 minutes, so I figured I'd send you a message before I had to turn off my phone.
You're with Grandma and your husband, right?
Of course.
I'm actually texting that woman right now.
Really? Right at this moment?
I know, right? I'm discussing the messages with Dad before I reply.
In that case.
Yeah, in about 5 minutes, I'm going to reveal her mistake to her.
Thanks for doing this for me. I know it must have been annoying.
No problem. Have a safe flight.
Same to you.
A transfer at the same time to the same location. And luckily for me, I was able to go with them since I just graduated high school.
Why would you purposefully leave the country at different times?
Well, there's not really any particularly deeper meaning. After graduating from technical school, Christy was living at Dad's old house with Grandma. At the same time, I was living together with Dad in New Jersey. So it just makes sense to leave from airports that are closer to us.
Huh? Wait, hold on a second. I was so surprised about what you said, so I only just remembered. But did you say that Christy's husband really already left the country?
Yep, they're already on the plane.
Then, this apartment, whose is it?
Oh, you mean the man you stole the key from and kicked out just before?
Yes, who is it?
Who knows?
What?
Are you seriously still in that apartment?
Of course. I mean, I thought this was where Christy was living.
Well, you better get out of there and apologize to the current tenant.
How embarrassing. Hold on, this is getting bad.
What is it?
The police are outside. When did they get here all of a sudden?
The current tenant obviously called them. It's a clear case of breaking and entering after all.
How can you say that so easily?
Anyway, the boarding time is getting close for me and Dad.
No way. Wait!
Goodbye. Sometime later, my dad asked his friend to look into what my mom was doing. Turns out that the man she had been living with since she left had lost his source of income, and so she left him to search for a new person she could leech off. Around that time, she heard about Christy's marriage, and that's when she tried to contact me after mixing up our names and finding my contact details. Then the entire situation with us unfolded. In the end, she was taken in by the police who were called to the apartment she had broken into. But charges were laid and she needed to pay fines and reimbursement. She doesn't have anyone close to call or to ask for help from. So it's up to her to do something on her own. If you ask me, it sounds like the first time in her entire life that she will actually have to do some work. For a woman like her who thought she deserved to be cared for and supported her entire life without giving anything back, it's the beginning of a very miserable life.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Derek.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Sharon, are you in your room?
Oh, home already, are we?
What do you mean I always come home at this time? Look, Sharon, I don't really want to tell you over and over, but can you really not do anything about this sofa in the living room?
Huh? What is it, Mrs. Brown?
You were eating cookies while on the sofa, weren't you? There are crumbs everywhere. Can't you at least clean up your own mess?
Things like that should be taken care of by the people who are bothered by it.
What?
I didn't find it messy at all. You're the one who found it messy, so shouldn't you be the one to clean it up, Mother? Just because I'm your son's wife and agree to live with you doesn't mean I'm responsible for everything around the house. So stop asking me to do everything, will you?
Agree to live with me?
That's right. To be honest, I'm not really excited having to look after an old lady. But still I agreed to come and live here, so I think I deserve some appreciation. If you want me to help, you better treat me better.
That's how you saw this?
I'm busy taking pictures for Instagram, so could you please go and clean the sofa, which was apparently so dirty? Go and make some dinner while you're at it, too. You went out again, Beth? Honestly, I don't know where you go off to every day, but you really don't get tired of it, do you?
What? But
You're obviously in good shape. If you can go off somewhere every day like that, there's really no excuse for you not to do the housework, right?
Sharon, you've got to do some of the housework too, you know?
What?
We talked about this when you moved in. I have a job and have to go to work while you're a housewife. I'm not telling you to do everything, but you gotta pull your own weight if you're gonna live here.
What is this job of yours you're talking about?
What do you mean?
I don't see how going out every day is a job. Hold on. Please don't tell me that going to the casino every day to gamble is this job you're talking about. I'd hate it if my husband's mother was a gambling addict.
Why you? Just what do you think I am exactly?
Huh? Well, a lonely old widow who lost the husband supporting her, I guess. Of course, we couldn't just leave someone like that alone, which is why my husband and I reluctantly agreed to move in and take care of you. I'll say this one more time. If you want me to take care of you after you retire, you better treat me with a bit more respect. How you treat me now will determine my attitude towards you later on. Understand?
So that's how you saw this situation? I knew it.
If you don't like it, you can always just leave, you know. Now that your husband is gone, the house is now our property.
It seems that you've got even that wrong.
Actually, could you just leave already? No matter how many times I tell you, you never improve. Not even a single apology. I just can't bear you anymore. Obviously, this means I won't be taking care of you anymore.
I see. It seems the two of us just can't get along with each other. I'm not going to cause you any more trouble.
Thanks for being so understanding. Just know that if you come crying later on begging for me to look after you once you're old and helpless, that I won't do a thing.
That's never gonna happen, so don't worry.
Really? Well, good luck on your own. Mrs. Brown, I heard that you were almost kicked out of the house. Are you all right?
Oh, hello, Amanda. You heard the news?
I heard from Sharon. She's told me that she's put up with you and kicked you out, and that you might come and leech on us here instead.
Well, well.
I have no idea on what she means by leeching on us. Sharon's the one who should get out.
Truly.
What did her husband have to say about it? It doesn't matter whether it's his wife or not. This is going too far.
He's been abroad on work for 10 days now. I plan on talking to him about this incident, but he won't be home for another 2 months or so.
Well, it's the times, I guess. It's hard these days to just go in and out of the country.
Well, I did want to part with her. I guess I got my wish granted. Anyways, it seems that I need to find a new place to live.
Mrs. Brown? If you like, you can come here and live with us until you find a new place to live.
Really?
You see, I already talked about it with my husband, and he said I should contact you and invite you to come and stay with us. I know you prefer to be on your own, but I thought that your current priority should be to get away from Sharon as soon as possible.
I guess so. You seem to understand me much more than Sharon does, so I might just take on your offer and stay over there until I find a new place to live.
We'll be glad to have you. My. So, now you're going to your other son's family? I knew it! You really had to find someone else to leech off of, now that I'm not there to help you, huh? It's just sad, really.
It seems you won't understand unless I spoon-feed it to you, so I'll explain it carefully. I'm only going to be staying at Charles' place until I find a new place to live.
What? That's what you're saying now, but you plan on staying in the inn, aren't you? I mean, I guess it can't be helped. You're an old lady with no income of her own.
It seems that there's a big understanding here. I have a job, you know.
Huh?
I'm a manager at Ford, you know, the car manufacturer. There's a huge signboard near the station, so I'm pretty sure even you have heard of it. I've been working there ever since I graduated junior college.
Really? Ford? So where you were going every day was...
I wasn't going out. I was going to work every day from Monday to Friday.
Oh, so that's what that was.
Did you really not notice anything even after living together for 1 month?
I always thought that you were just off having fun somewhere.
Didn't I tell you that I had a job when we talked about who would do what around the house?
What? Really?
Also, I already have a plan for when I retire, so no need to worry about me. I already saved up some money so as to not be a burden to my sons and their families. My sons already know about this.
Is that so?
Anyways, didn't you two only move in with me in the first place since the company house you rented had to be renewed? You two were supposed to move out once it was over, right?
But I thought that we were going to be staying here permanently.
Jesus, you seem to have not understood a thing. I wonder what the conversation we had before you moved in was for.
But
that's why you were so aggressive towards me. You thought that I was the one who needed help? You really should be more careful about your behavior from now on, Sharon.
wait, does that mean... Mother, why does it say that you sold the house? I understand that you already have your retirement planned out, but you can't just go and sell our property. This is a crime. You hear me? I'm telling the police. Wait, don't tell me that this is how you planned on getting the money for your retirement?
Sharon, honestly, I'm not even surprised anymore. You've got it all wrong again. That house is my property, not yours.
What? What do you mean, your property?
That house used to be my uncle's. He never had any children, so it was passed down to me, his nephew. That house has been my property ever since he passed.
That's impossible!
I have fond memories of that house, but ultimately I decided that it should be sold.
Why not just give it to your eldest son instead of selling it off? Why'd you have to sell it?
It's because I had decided that if there were any arguments concerning the house's ownership, I would sell it without any second thoughts. Weren't you the one who started it by kicking me out?
But still,
There's no point arguing anymore. The sale's already done.
it's my fault?
I heard that the renewal of the company house finishes this month. Whether you do or do not understand what I said, pack up and move out by the end of next month. Will you?
Beth, why? What happened? Your son told me he wanted to divorce as soon as he got back. He even said that we're not going to be moving to the company house anymore.
Ah, so that's how he handled it?
What? What do you mean?
I told my sons about the conversations we've been having ever since you moved in.
You what?
I'm not surprised, really. You don't listen to a word I say and seem to get everything wrong. On top of that, you talk down to his mother and treat her like some sort of maid. No wonder he wanted to get a divorce.
How is it my fault? How was I supposed to know that you had a job and the house was yours?
What do you mean, how was I supposed to know? I'm pretty sure I explained this to you quite clearly. Honestly, I'm amazed someone can just ignore what people say as well as you do. Either way, that attitude itself is enough reason for anyone to not want to bother you. My son has every reason to want a divorce.
But that's so unfair. I don't want to get divorced.
Even if I did want to help you, I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about it. Talk to your husband about it, will you? Goodbye then.
Wait! This is a big problem for me. My parents found out what happened and told me not to come home. I was an embarrassment, they said. But I'm a housewife and I can't make a living on my own, so... I know. Why don't you let me stay with you? You know, like one of those room shares? I won't be able to pay rent, but this time I'll do the housework. It'll be a win-win situation. You've already found a new place to live, right? Tell me your address. Why are these messages unread? Mrs. Brown?
According to my son, the house I left was a complete mess when he returned from abroad. Apparently, there were even cockroaches everywhere. He wanted to divorce as soon as he saw it. He said, Sharon resisted at first, but he managed to make it official a month later. Sharon began working at some company a relative of hers introduced her to and entered a dormitory for employees, but she was so lazy that they eventually had to fire her. I wonder if it's because she's never actually worked a day in her life. After that, she went to the Miami and tried leeching off of some rich man she met. But of course, that didn't go well either, and was tried for stalking charges. What happened to her after that, I have no idea.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
One.
Are you serious, Brian?
Oh, jeez. Don't tell me she's being a pain in the ass to you, too. Oh, boy. Always currying favor with you. You're spoiling her, Mom. You're just too kind to her. Yesterday, she was faking having a fever, just trying to get out of doing house chores. So obvious. She didn't even make me breakfast. Just lying around in bed all morning. She's so darn lazy. I told her I was going out with my friends like a week ago. I don't see why she can't make a little breakfast even with a little fever. At least she's...
Or didn't you even think that far?
But you can't...
And what's more, while I was at my parents' place, you brought your girlfriend into our home.
Yeah, right. I would never do that.
Oh, really? Your mom saw you.
Keeping an eye on them. I never really think of them anymore. Actually, I really don't care what happens to them, as long as they keep paying me. I'm just glad I gained a kind and considerate mother. We meet often for lunch at her beautiful new condo on the beach. Man, what a view!
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Just a call. How is your sad, loser, lonely single life? I bet you're so sad and lonely. I feel so bad for you. And all the while, I'm so happy with Jack.
I'm working right now, so bye.
Wait! I have something really important I need to talk to you about.
What?
You got your alimony and child support, right?
Oh, yeah. My lawyer told me Jack contacted him.
Okay. Then make sure you send me that money.
What? Are you telling me to give the money back?
No. It's your child support and alimony payment to me.
What are you talking about?
Well, Jack was supposed to get custody of Theo, but you took it from him.
What are you talking about? I took it from him. There was no way Jack was going to get custody of Theo in the first place.
I was so excited to be Theo's new mommy, but you ruined everything, so pay me. I'm going to get Theo's child support and your alimony.
Are you serious? The alimony is mine, and the child support payments are for Theo.
Fine. I'll say it one more time. You robbed me of the joy of being Theo's mommy. You really hurt me, you know. So you have to pay me for emotional damages.
You're talking such nonsense. I thought you were speaking another language just now.
What?
Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you something important. He probably hasn't told you yet, so I will.
What?
Jack was fired today.
What? Why? He was going to be promoted to an executive. There's no way he would be fired.
Come on, think about it. If he becomes an executive, the company has to trust him to be responsible. But how can he be trustworthy if he betrays his family? And he was going on dates with you when he was supposed to be working. Leaving work at all hours to do God knows what with you. What company would let a guy like that be an executive? No clients would want to work with him. Of course he would be fired.
I can't believe this. Oh, but you'll be giving me your alimony and Theo's child support, right?
What?
We'll live off of that for the time being. We'll be fine. So make sure you send me $2,000 every month.
I have a right to receive alimony, and child support is for Theo, so you can't have it.
But I was supposed to be Theo's mommy.
Supposed to be means just that. You're not actually his mom.
Then give me Theo. Theo would be much more happier with a mommy and a daddy.
You two don't even have jobs. Of course, the financially stable parent would get custody.
But you quit your job and are a stay-at-home mom. How are you, an unemployed single mother, going to raise a child?
I work from home.
From home? Whatever. I bet you barely make any money.
The first 2-3 years was hard, but it's been 8 years. I make $5,000 a month now.
$5,000?
And Theo will be starting first grade next year. So I'll be able to work even more.
I can't believe this.
To get back to what I was saying, Jack paid me child support and alimony in a one-time payment. So I bet Jack almost has no savings left. Actually, I heard he's been taking out loans here and there.
Loans?
He probably easily has over $100,000 in debt.
You're lying. Jessica! It's all your fault! We had to leave our love nest!
Your love nest?
Don't laugh!
Come on, it's funny. It wasn't even your house originally. But you were so happy thinking you were going to be living there.
I didn't know! I didn't know that the lease was in Uncle Terry's name!
We were planning on building our own house someday. But we got divorced before we could.
He told us we need to move out by the end of the month. I can't believe he's kicking his own niece out.
I'm also his niece, but okay.
He likes me better.
He might have, but I applaud Uncle Terry for not giving you any special treatment after what you did.
Jessica! What is going on? Hey!
What?
We're in even more debt!
Huh?
I called the person you told me about and they asked me how much I wanted. So I just went for it and said $200,000. They gave me the money, but when I got to the new place they found for us, it was for a live-in job. And the owner of the place told me I need to start working tomorrow and pay him back the $200,000 I borrowed. What is going on?
So it seems like you thought that they would just give you the money?
Huh? But you said they would give it to me.
I never said that. And you signed the IOU, right?
What IOU? That was an IOU?
I'm sure they explained it to you.
I don't remember anything about that.
But you did sign it, right?
Well,
They recorded your conversation when you met with them to sign the IOU. And I've listened to it, but their explanation was very clear and concise.
but...
You told them you understood the agreement and signed the IOU. So it's a binding contract. They let you borrow so much because you're my little sister. So, you better pay them back, no matter how long it takes.
This can't be happening.
The man my sister was talking about was my best friend's father. My best friend was with me when I got those texts from my sister demanding I give her money, and she called her father, which led to this situation. By the way, the $200,000 my sister borrowed, some of it went to pay off the rest of the alimony and child support Jack hadn't owed me, and Jack and Emily spent the rest of it partying. So all they did was end up owing more money and change who they owed the money to. What were they thinking? So, in the end, my horrible sister and ex-husband's future will be spent trying to pay back all the money they owe.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.